Okay, thank you everybody for being here tonight for the reorganization meeting of the Board of Trustees. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Could we have the roll, please?
Yes. Good evening. Trustee Davis Ford.
Present.
Trustee Levinson.
Here.
Trustee Rosner.
Here.
And President Torpey.
Here.
Thank you. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the press in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. In addition, notice of this meeting was posted in Village Hall, on the village's website, and has been filed in the office of the village clerk. Official action may be taken at tonight's meeting.
Thank you. Everybody please rise for the pledge. This corner? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, we've got some exciting stuff to do tonight. Before we do get to everything, I do have a couple quick announcements. I do want to make sure to thank Lisa Hackett, everybody at the Village Center Alliance, and all of our merchants for a fantastic weekend in the downtown. This included the opening of the Downtown After Sundown concerts, as well as G-Fest, a vintage German car festival that brought hundreds of people from outside of South Orange into our downtown. So thank you everybody who helped out with that. This is also, actually yesterday was the start of EMS week, and I want to make sure to take a moment to give special thanks not only to the volunteers in our community on our rescue squad that volunteer almost 18,000 hours a year for our community, but also paid and volunteer EMS, firefighters, police officers, and emergency workers and first responders all over the country, just for everything that they all do for us on a daily basis. It's a reminder that village offices will be closed on Monday, May 27th in observance of Memorial Day. And our Memorial Day service on the 27th will be at 10:30 a.m. At Memorial Rock, which is near the Duck Pond, and we invite everybody to please attend. And our next regular meeting of the Board of Trustees, which would have been scheduled for the Monday, the 27th, is scheduled for Wednesday, May 29th, and the public session starts at 8 p.m. So the first item tonight is a proclamation for Our Lady of Sorrows. I don't know if there is somebody here to... Okay, great. So I'll read this briefly here and add just my own personal note. Sure. Whereas the Church of Our Lady of Sorrows will close its 125th anniversary year celebration on June 1st, 2013, and whereas the Church of Our Lady of Sorrows serves families in the South Orange Maplewood area, and whereas it is only fitting that the Township of South Orange Village recognize the conclusion of the Church of Our Lady of Sorrows 125th anniversary celebration, therefore be it proclaimed by the Village President of the Township of South Orange Village on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire Village of South Orange, do hereby proclaim the week of May 26, 2013 through June 1st, 2013 as Our Lady of Sorrows Week in the Township of South Orange Village, and express our sincerest congratulations are extended to the clergy and all members of the parish. And I'd like to add just one brief personal note that many of us in our community during Hurricane Sandy stepped up to help each other. Our Lady of Sorrows has always been there as a community activist to help those in need, and I've always seen that and appreciate that. So it's my pleasure to be able to present you with this proclamation this evening.
On behalf of the entire Our Lady of Sorrows family, we thank you for this honor, and we look forward to our continued partnership with the Village of South Orange in the service of the residents of South Orange for many years to come. Thank you very much.
And through you, Mr. President, I'd just like to say this is really special for me because it is my parish. I was elected to there for many years, and the fact that your week is starting with May 26th is an additional honor that I choose to take because May 26th is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We have several other proclamations to present tonight. This is something that I think all of us agree is important to do, which is to recognize and thank the members of the governing body that are outgoing. I know here tonight is Janine Bauer, who served as a trustee in 2007 and from 2009 to 2013. So we do have a proclamation thanking you for your years of service, as well as a gift. So, Trustee Bauer, if you'd like to come up. So I'm going to go through here and read our whole proclamation, which talks a little bit more about your experience. Whereas the Honorable Janine Bauer was appointed to the Board of Trustees of the Township of South Orange Village in January 2007 to fill a vacancy. Whereas in May 2009, the Honorable Janine Bauer was elected to the Board of Trustees by the voters of South Orange to serve a 4-year term. Whereas Trustee Bauer has been a true advocate, supporter, and friend to all South Orange citizens, working enthusiastically in the interest of those whom she was elected to serve. And whereas during her tenure as trustee, Trustee Bauer gave generously of her time and expertise, serving as chairperson of the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee, serving as a member of the Finance and Information Technology Committee, serving as a member of the Legal and Personnel Committee, serving as a Class 3 member to the South Orange Planning Board, as a member of the South Orange Environmental Commission, as a trustee representative to the South Orange Parking Authority, as the trustee liaison to the South Orange Historic Preservation Commission, as the trustee liaison to the Development Committee, and the chairperson of the River Corridor Committee, as well as the liaison to the Senior Citizens Affairs Advisory Committee and the Transportation Advisory Committee. Whereas Trustee Bauer continuously demonstrated an uncommon measure of public spiritedness and has given a standard of excellence in public service. Now therefore be it proclaimed by I, Alex Torpy, Village President of the Township of South Orange Village, on behalf of all South Orange citizens, the Board of Trustees, and our village workforce, do hereby express sincere and heartfelt appreciation to the Honorable Janine Bauer for her meritorious service and commitment to the citizens of South Orange and her esteemed role as village trustee, and extend best wishes for continued success in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations.
To frame this now. That was very touching, and now I also know why I was never home at night. Even though I do admit, and I apologize, Howard, I almost never went to the finance meeting. Here's the husband right on cue. And I only went to about a third of the legal meetings, but that was more because of traffic and everything else. I didn't want to take any time at the podium. This is my husband, Ed Lloyd, and I never could have done this job without my husband and my family's support. But mostly I'm here tonight just to talk about the support that I had from every person on the staff, from the department heads all the way down. It wasn't just the department heads that I worked with, although mostly, obviously I talked to them or emailed them on an almost daily basis. The administrator, the interim administrator, and our new administrator. I know you don't think you're new now, but we still think you're new. Steve Rother, with whom I had many a rich debate, and our old clerk, our interim clerk, our new clerk, everybody in the clerk staff. Mark Rosner, I can't thank you enough for all your intelligence and your guidance throughout the years. Howard, I said when I was on the campaign trail, what a service you do to the village. Nobody knows how to really get in there, save the money, and do all the other projects. And you are really a stalwart, and I know you have all of my infrastructure concerns and everything, and you'll carry that forward. It's not sexy, but we love it. Alex, I really think you're doing a great job as a village president. I just want you to know that. And Deborah, we've had a lot of important
Let me cut to the chase. I love you, Janine Bauer.
Thanks. And I don't want to name all the names because I've already said what a pleasure it was and how much I respect everybody. I think the village staff is fantastic, and I think the new trustees are fantastic. Just dive right in. And everybody who ran is fantastic too, and you should stay involved. And I know everybody says that, but I know from experience to stay involved. So I just, rather than make any remarks about like what I did or anything, I wrote a crossword puzzle. I wanted to do a rap, but I wasn't really inspired. I couldn't do the rap, but that was his idea. It was very
The only reason all these people are here are for the rap.
I know, and I also got a cold, so I definitely couldn't do it. So instead, I've decided to quiz you all. And so I have a Reflections on Leaving the BOT crossword puzzle. And I brought a gift too. And I'm going to put the gift in the safekeeping of Robin along with the answers to this. I did actually, after I looked at it, I was very inspired. And after I looked at it, I thought, actually, it's pretty hard. So if nobody gets it, don't feel bad. And the audience can participate too. I brought a few extra copies. And so the gift is for anybody. But I'm going to give you a couple clues because I thought it was hard. First of all, there's a lot of abbreviations. So for instance, master plan is MP and rescue squad is RS. But these are, it's more the last 2 years than the whole 4 years. But it kind of wraps up like all the things that we spent our time on, some of which were very really advanced things, and some of which, wow, kind of dragged us down. But with humor and humility, I thought this was a really great job. I was very proud to serve, and I really just can't thank everybody enough. But here's the puzzle. I'm going to put one in the back there.
Where's the answer sheet?
And here are the answers. Put them in a sealed envelope.
Ms. Pine, are those answers operable?
They are now because they're in the clerk's hands.
That's right.
According to statute.
There's a little bit of inside baseball, but for anybody who really pays attention to what we do, hint, hint, Sheena, you shouldn't have any problem really, figuring this out. Oh, and the other clue, aside from a lot of abbreviations, is most of the answers are not actually one word. They're 2 words, or even 3 words, like, River Greenway. I had to put that in there. So anyway, thank you again, everybody. I'll come back if anybody gets it.
We do have 2 other proclamations for Michael Goldberg and Nancy Gould, who are not able to be here tonight. So we're going to make sure that they get these, and they also asked, each of them asked a brief statement to be read, which I will do right now. From Trustee Michael Goldberg, who is a trustee from 2007 to 2013. His statement is as follows. I want to thank you for taking the time to issue a proclamation recognizing my service to the community for the past 6 years. It has been a true honor and privilege to serve as a volunteer for South Orange. I posted my formal thank you to staff and residents on Passion on my blog last week, but tonight I am home enjoying with my family for the first Monday in many years. Tonight is a night to welcome and celebrate our new trustees, and I wish them lots of luck and success. Trustee Nancy Gould, who is a trustee from 2009 to 2013, was not able to be here tonight, but did ask us to extend her well wishes and best of luck to the new trustees, and to thank all of the trustees on the current board for working together for so many years. So we have 2 proclamations and gifts for them, which we'll make sure they get. But thank you to Trustee Michael Goldberg and Nancy Gould. Ms. Klein, now we can move on to the statement of the official election results for the village election.
Thank you. So I can put this on the official and formal record of the village. The statement of election results for the village election held on Tuesday, May 14, 2013, in the Township of South Orange Village, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, for the purpose of electing 3 village trustees to the Board of Trustees, each serving a 4-year term. The number of names on the voter registration list for a municipal election totaled 12,545 registered voters. The number of votes that were canvassed, this included the machine votes, the mail-in ballots, and provisional ballots that were cast, totaled 6,881 votes. The number of votes that were cast for each of the candidates were as follows. Joseph John Kicka received 774 votes. Geraldine Mayhew received 941 votes. Kelly M. Sullivan received 962 votes. Sheena Collum received 1,301 votes. Stephen Schnall received 1,151 votes. Walter Clark received 1,114 votes. And Robert Sandow received 614 votes. There were 24 votes for write-in candidates.
Thank you. And the statement of determination of the election.
Thank you. The statement of determination of the candidates elected to office at the village election held on Tuesday, May 14, 2013, in the Township of South Orange Village, for the purpose of electing 3 trustees to the Board of Trustees. I, Robin R. Klein, the village clerk of the Township of South Orange Village, do hereby certify that Sheena Collum, Stephen Schnall, and Walter Clark were duly elected as village trustees to the Board of Trustees of the Township of South Orange Village, each to serve a 4-year term as village trustee as prescribed by the 1872 Charter, as amended, of the Township of South Orange Village, and in accordance with Chapter 5, the Administration of Government, of the Codes of the Township of South Orange Village.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Thank you. So I have each of the individual statement of determinations here. As I come down and swear each of you in, I will present you with this as well. First up, we're going in alphabetical order. Village trustee-elect Walter Clark. I, Walter Clark, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people. I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all of the duties of the office of village trustee for the Township of South Orange Village. According to the best of my ability. And that I will not use my office to grant preferential treatment nor seek personal gain, favor or advantage not available to the public. Congratulations. Next is trustee-elect Sheena Collum.
Okay.
I, Sheena Sheena Collum,
I, Sheena Collum,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the
of
Constitution
the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly
that
swear
I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all of the duties
of the office of village trustee for the Township of South Orange Village,
of the office of village trustee for the Township of South Orange Village,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will not use my office
and that I will not use my office
to grant preferential treatment,
to grant preferential treatment,
nor seek personal gain,
nor seek personal gain,
favor, or advantage
favor, or advantage
not available to the public.
not available to the
So
public.
help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. I, Stephen Schnall,
I, Stephen Schnall,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United
and
States
in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of village trustee for the Township of South Orange Village,
of the office of village trustee for the Township of South Orange Village,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
and that I will not use my office
And I will not use my office
to grant preferential treatment,
to grant preferential treatment
nor seek personal gain,
nor seek personal gain,
favor,
favor,
or advantage
or advantage
not available to the public.
not available to the public.
Congratulations. Steve, you want your, Hey, Ms. Hine, I'd like to, at this time, ask for a roll call from the full board.
My pleasure. Trustee Clark?
Here.
Trustee Column?
Present.
Trustee Davis Ford?
Here.
Trustee Levinson?
Here.
Trustee Rosner?
Here.
Trustee Schnall?
Here.
And President Torpy.
Here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to open for the opportunity of any of our new trustees or anybody on the board who'd like to make a brief statement.
I would. And it's very simple. Welcome. It was a great, great election. All 7 candidates were worthy or qualified to sit here. But in the end, to paraphrase Clinton, it's about math. And you had the top 3 numbers, and so here you sit. The next 2 years will be incredible with your experience, your skill, your commitment, and each of us brings something different and special that standing alone would really benefit the village. But collaboratively, together, it will be incredible. So everyone, sitting here and sitting there, buckle your seatbelts. The next 2 years will be one of the most productive years in the village. And within the next 2 years, or in the near future, the village of South Orange will become a model city, a transit city, the great, incredible combination of suburbia and downtown, a thriving first suburb surrounded by urban centers with many, many challenges that we all understand. But we will be, as South Orange 2013 said in some of their blurbs, Destination South Orange. So the future is bright, it's exciting, but we're not delusional because we have the talent, the resources, and the village of South Orange to make it happen. So welcome.
Thank you. Now you know what she means by brief. Just have to say congratulations to the 3 outgoing trustees, Michael, Nancy, and Janine, and hope you enjoy all your free Monday nights and other nights that you've always had. And welcome to the 3 trustees. I know at one point Doug Newman had counted for me how many trustees I've worked with. I don't remember what the number was, but it was 30-something. But whatever it is. So anyway, I look forward to working with the 3 of you for the next 2 years. And as Deborah said, it'll be very exciting and rewarding. Good luck.
Any other comments?
I'll make a comment. Hello. Is it on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we got the 2 Greek females next to you.
Thank you all for coming tonight. I mean, there's no words to describe this, so I'll try. I'm really excited. I'm super jazzed. I've got the adrenaline racing right now. There's so many people to thank, but first and foremost, I really want to thank the outgoing trustees. You've done incredible work for this village, Janine, Michael, and Nancy, and there are some very big shoes to fill, and so I hope we can rely on you 3 for the knowledge that you've gained serving on this board, and I look forward to continuing to work with you in the future. The campaign trail was super exciting. Meeting so many residents, it gave me a reason to go up to people and ask them how they felt about the village. And while we have a lot of challenges, one thing was very clear. People love it here. They really, really love it here. And they don't want you to come up with fake answers and pretend that everything's perfect. They want people on this board of trustees that's just gonna tell them the truth. And many of those people want to find out ways on how they can be involved with the village government and how they could be a part of the solution. So for every door we knocked on, every coffee that we had, everybody we interacted with, thank you. Thank you for sharing so much with us and putting us here today. And for all those people who didn't vote for us, we've got your back. We're ready to work with you. This election was by no means a mandate, and with an 18.5% turnout, we've got a lot of work to do, engaging the general public, not just voters, but people who aren't voters, to get involved with this town and make sure that we're doing our best job to educate them on what's happening regarding village issues. Friends, family, all of you, I just cry. You've been incredible. I couldn't ask for better people in my life. And you know that. And lastly, of course, to Steve and Walter, this couldn't have been so special without the 2 of you. It was a lot of work, but it was so much fun. And I have such a great deal of respect for you, and I'm just looking forward to the next 4 years. I'm sorry, I missed one more, and to the existing trustees and the village president. I know we're gonna jar about issues, like I'm ready to debate the issues, like let's go. But at the end of the day, I know that all of our goals are the same, and we want the best outcomes for this village. And so, some people will say I'm impatient. I like to call it youthful exuberance. So I'm looking forward to the next 4 years, and I know that we're gonna do some great things if we work together.
Thank you. Are there any other comments? Before we give folks a few minutes to leave, although you're all welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting as well, I want to say something quickly, which is I just want to take a moment to reflect on what happened to bring us to tonight, to this reorganization meeting. We held an election in town, and for someone like myself who's always been interested in government and the history of government and how governments work, and we held a free election. We held an election where people were able to register to vote, were able to go to the polls without fear of intimidation or violence, and that's a privilege that we have in this country and even in this area in this country that not everybody around the world shares. There are some societies that are only getting to the point where they're able to exercise the right to vote for their elected leaders, and we have this right here. And although I think all of us wish that more people would participate and take advantage of that, it's an incredible thing to witness, transferring of power in a government that is vested with a certain amount of power and authority and responsibility, the transferring of power from 3 people to 3 other people, and to do so with all of us interested and excited for what the future brings, and not wrapped up in anything else that so many people have to deal with. And I think it's just important to take that moment out and kind of reflect on how good we have it in this democracy in this country, and it's certainly not perfect, but it's all of our responsibilities to be educated about it, to participate in it, to make sure and encourage people to be educated about it and participate in it, because it brings about what we have, which is as people leave, people come in, government is continued, ideas are continued, progress is continued to be made, and that's a pretty incredible thing. On a slightly lighter note, I do want to thank everybody who participated in the election, and especially Robin Klein, our clerk, and the entire clerk's office. They do a lot every time there's an election. It takes a lot of work for everything to go off without a hitch, and we definitely need to make sure to give them thanks. Obviously, tonight is very simple. It is the reorganization of our governing body to assign the members up here to the committees that they will use to discuss, to vet, to incubate ideas that are going to come before this board and are going to effectively become law in this municipality. And it's a pretty exciting thing. And although we do have a lot of challenges ahead of us, I do think we have a lot of opportunities. And I think I share in the excitement of Trustee Collum and everybody else up here of what is ahead of us. There's so much greatness ahead of us. There's so much behind us that we're building on from people that have been here and sat in these seats before us, but there's so much ahead of us. So again, I want to congratulate the three of you, and I think we're all very excited to work together at the end of the day for the people who we all work for, which is everybody out there and everybody who's watching on TV at home. So we have a lot of really exciting stuff ahead of us, and with that, thank you everybody for being here and participating in the process tonight. I'd like to give you all a couple minutes to kind of hang out, and if you want to go home, feel free. Again, please feel free to stay and watch the reorganization magic take place. Talk about government being exciting. But anyway, thank you again, everybody, for being here. We'll come back here in 5 minutes.
I know, I hate that. And this is Mo.
Okay, everybody, thank you. I'd like to reconvene this reorganization meeting of the Board of Trustees. We've got a number of appointments to go through tonight. The short story here is that all of these are our standing committees. Then we'll get to our advisory committees and liaison committees and outside agencies and organizations. So we've got a number of appointments to make tonight. They're going to be done by resolution.
I was impressed in that 5 minutes we were able to agree on everything, too.
That's right. Before the meeting, all of the governing body members were individually polled with their interest in what committee they wanted to serve on. Fortunately, everything fit into our matrix perfectly. There are a couple things that we do need to discuss tonight, but for the most part, this is kind of procedural to make sure we know everybody who's appointed to what committee, and to make sure to discuss if there are any outstanding issues or any things that we need to resolve about any of those appointments. We can do so tonight. So the first is going to be resolutions for all of our standing committees.
Thank you. This is a resolution, I'm sorry, I got a not responding on my laptop right now. Plan B. This is resolution 2013-084, a resolution appointing trustee members to the 6 standing committees of the Board of Trustees. This is pursuant to Chapter 5, Section 5-9 of the Code of the Township of South Orange Village.
Thank you. And before we get to that, I'll go through and read each of the appointments. The organization is such that each of our standing committees, our 6 standing committees, has 1 trustee chair and then 2 trustee members. So for finance and IT, chairperson Howard Levison, members Mark Rosner and Stephen Schnall. Legal and Personnel Committee, chairperson Deborah Davis Ford, members Howard Levison, Sheena Collum. Planning and Zoning Committee, chairperson Mark Rosner, members Sheena Collum and Walter Clark. Public Safety Committee, chairperson Sheena Collum, members Walter Clark and Mark Rosner. Public Works and Infrastructure Committee, chairperson Walter Clark, members Howard Levison and Deborah Davis Ford. Recreation and Cultural Affairs Committee, chairperson Stephen Schnall, members Deborah Davis Ford and Walter Clark. Is there a motion?
Move.
Second.
Moved by trustee Levison, seconded by trustee Collum. Unless there are any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. The next resolution is 213-085. This is a resolution appointing 3 members and an alternate member to the South Orange Maplewood Board of Education Liaison Committee.
So this one, we actually do not have the members worked out. At this point, we had a Board of School estimate up until very recently, where we had 3 members and 1 alternate that convened with Maplewood's 3 members and 1 alternate to form the Board of School estimate. That organization no longer exists. I think we all would probably agree that it is important to retain a relationship with the Board of Ed. We do collect their property taxes, so to speak, and we're obviously invested in the success of the Board of Ed. So I am not 100% sure if we have codified, Ms. Klein, do you know all the details of this committee? Is this a committee we've had before?
Yes, this is traditionally it's been a standing committee in the village.
Separate from the Board of School estimate?
That is correct.
Okay. So I'd be happy to, serve on this committee with any 3 trustees who are so inclined.
Well, I had suggested that, and it was really relating to the Board of School estimate, and I don't know if this Board of School estimate has been eliminated.
Not yet.
I think it still
It
exists.
will be.
It still exists.
No, it still exists because it's for anything outside the cap.
Cap.
Yes,
Right.
Still
we're
has to come.
outside the cap and still have a role.
So we should still have a Board of School estimate
But you
appointment.
could have it as the same members as the Board of Ed.
Yeah, could we agree that it's going to be the same members, and whether they
Yes.
have to convene as the Board of School estimate or whether they're convening as just meeting with the Board of Ed as a
Right.
liaison committee
Yes,
be the same members?
yes.
Okay.
So, ask for 3 volunteers.
Well, I had suggested in the matrix that it was Steve, Walter, you, and myself.
Okay.
But I was looking at it from a Board of School estimate perspective.
It's fine with me.
I'm in.
Okay. Easy enough.
I'll move. The resolution to
move.
appoint those 4.
Trustee Rosner moved, but we have
I second.
3 members and an alternate. Who wants to be the alternate?
Raise your hand, Alex.
I'll be the alternate, that's fine.
No, no.
Well, it's
they
got to be,
have-
No,
because
they
we're
got
existing
four.
4.
There's three,
so
one of them
they
has
don't
to be.
have to
Okay, so that just,
Oh, okay.
okay.
No, I'll be the alternate.
Okay, Trustee Levison will be the alternate. So myself, Trustee Schnall, Trustee Clark, and Trustee Levison is the alternate. And Trustee Rosner had a motion for that resolution, seconded by Trustee Davis Ford. Unless there's any further questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-086, this is a resolution appointing a village representative to the joint meeting.
Okay, the representative to the joint meeting is proposed to be Trustee Howard Levison. Is there a motion?
I move.
Moved by Trustee Collum, seconded by Trustee Davis Ford. Any questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-087, this is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison and an alternate trustee liaison to the Community Coalition on Race.
Okay, the recommendations were Trustee Deborah Davis Ford as the liaison and Trustee Walter Clark as the alternate.
I move.
Moved by Trustee Collum. Second. Seconded by Trustee Schnall. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-088, this is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the South Orange Performing Arts Center.
Okay, the recommendation was made for Trustee Stephen Schnall.
I move.
Moved by Trustee Collum.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Levison. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-089, this is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to YouthNet.
The recommendation was made to appoint Trustee Stephen Schnall.
I move.
Moved by Trustee Levison.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Clark. Unless there's any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. Okay, next is our statutory boards and commissions.
Resolution 2013-090, this is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Board of Health.
Thank you. The recommendation was Trustee Deborah Davis Ford.
Move.
Moved by Trustee Collum.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Schnall. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-091 is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Environmental Commission.
The recommendation was Trustee Walter Clark.
I move.
Moved by Trustee Schnall.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Rosner. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Alex, do we have to ask the planning board to appoint somebody new? Because wasn't Janine also the planning board?
Those are my appointments.
No, the planning board appointment for the environmental.
Oh,
Liaison for the planning board.
Yes.
Yes, she was.
Yes, we will have to do that.
Okay. So you'll notify them?
I'm sorry.
Ask the planning board to appoint a new person to represent.
The planning
for the
board to the
Environmental
Environmental
Commission.
Commission.
I will do that, yes.
Could we offer a suggestion?
No.
No?
I think you certainly can if you want to.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna, oh, I have to edit my response to you, I'm sorry. I would suggest Trustee Clark for that, to the planning board position.
No, the other way around. It has to be a member of the planning board going to
Someone
the
who's on the planning
environmental
board to the Environmental Commission.
I see, okay.
So you can make a recommendation from a planning board member to the planning board if you want to.
no.
And they'll make the appointment.
I misunderstood.
Excuse me.
Class 3 member?
The next is the village president appointment.
Yes, the class 1 member is myself, right?
It is the mayor, or in this case, the village president of
Okay.
South Orange.
Yeah, I'm going to, for now, keep that as myself. And that's 2013-VP05.
Thank you.
For the Class 2 appointment, that's a staff position, a municipal worker.
Right.
That's 2013-VP06, and I'm appointing Adam Lerner, Deputy Village Administrator, to that Class 2 seat.
On that, just quickly, if I could, I'd like to recognize Ellen Malgieri for 20, she's not here, she left for the after party, but Ellen, I think it was 24 years in that position, so
Wow.
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you, Ellen. And as a Class 3 member for the planning board is a member of the Board of Trustees. So is this, Ms. Klein, is this a resolution for the Class 3 member?
Yes, the
or is
governing
it-
body chooses a member
The governing body
amongst
member, okay.
itself. So
Okay.
this is Resolution 213-092, a resolution appointing a trustee as the Class 3 member to the South Orange Planning Board.
And the recommendation was made for trustee Mark Rosner,
I move.
moved by trustee Levison,
Second.
seconded by trustee Schnall. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-093 is a resolution appointing a trustee representative to the South Orange Public Library Board.
And the recommendation was trustee Deborah Davis Ford,
I move.
moved by trustee Column,
Second.
seconded by trustee Schnall. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Resolution 2013-094 is a resolution appointing a trustee and 2 alternate trustee liaisons to the South Orange Parking Authority.
The recommendations were made as a trustee liaison, trustee Mark Rosner, as alternate liaisons, trustee Sheena Column and trustee Howard Levison.
I move.
Moved by trustee Column, seconded by trustee Clark. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-095. This is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the South Orange Historic Preservation Commission.
The recommendation has been made as trustee Stephen Schnall,
I move.
moved by trustee Davis Ford,
Second.
seconded by trustee Column. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-096. This is a resolution appointing a trustee to the South Orange Village Center Alliance Board of Directors.
The recommendation was trustee Stephen Schnall,
Move.
moved by trustee Levison,
Second.
seconded by trustee Rosner. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. And next is appointments to advisory committees.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-97 is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Cable Television Committee.
The recommendation is trustee Howard Levison,
Move.
moved by trustee Clark,
I
Second.
second.
seconded by trustee Davis Ford. Unless there are any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Resolution 2013-098 is a resolution appointing a trustee and alternate trustee liaison to the Citizens Budget Advisory Committee.
The recommendation is a trustee liaison, is Howard Levison, and alternate liaison Mark Rosner.
I move.
Second.
Moved by trustee Davis Ford, seconded by trustee Schnall. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Resolution 2013-099 is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Citizens Public Safety Advisory Committee.
The recommendation is trustee Sheena Column,
I move.
Second.
moved by trustee Schnall, seconded by trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
You're getting fast, Steve.
I feel like I'm on a game show and I'm losing.
You need a buzzer.
Nobody wins.
Yeah, I gotta.
Resolution 2013-100, a resolution appointing a trustee and alternate trustee representative to the Community Relations Committee.
The recommendation is trustee Deborah Davis Ford as the trustee representative and the alternate trustee Stephen Schnall.
Move.
Moved by trustee Levison,
Second.
seconded by trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Resolution 2013-101 is a resolution appointing 2 trustee representatives to the Cultural Affairs Advisory Committee.
I've got a recommendation for trustee Stephen Schnall, and I don't have a second one. Anybody?
Well, usually usually it's 2 people from the Recreation Committee, but the bigger issue is I don't think the Cultural Affairs Committee has met in a long time. So we probably have to, if we're going to keep it, we probably have to.
They haven't met in a long time. I'll be the alternate.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
I'm fine.
I'm in so many committees now, my head's
I move
spinning.
for that. I also move that we get that committee going. Meeting.
Yeah, that's right. This is going to be the flagship committee, trustee Davis Ford.
I want to see if that could be a weekly meeting.
Okay, so we have 2 trustee representatives, trustee Stephen Schnall and trustee Davis Ford.
I move.
Moved by trustee Column.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
You're faster than I am. Resolution 2013-102 is a resolution appointing a trustee and alternate trustee representative to the Development Committee.
The recommendations are trustee Mark Reisner, and as an alternate, trustee Sheena Column.
Move.
Moved by trustee Column, seconded by trustee Schnall. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Resolution 2013-103 is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Energy Policies Studies Committee.
The recommendation is trustee Walter Clark.
I move.
Moved by trustee Schnall,
I second.
seconded by trustee Rosner. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-104 is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Open Space Advisory Committee.
The recommendation has been made for trustee Walter Clark.
Move.
Moved by trustee Schnall,
Second.
seconded by trustee Rosner. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. 2013 VP07 is my appointment of a trustee liaison to the Public Information and Marketing Committee, to which I am appointing Howard Levison.
Move.
Second.
You don't have to. Thank you, though.
Hey, I just wanted to give you
I appreciate the support, though.
a vote of confidence.
It's actually really a vote of confidence for you.
No one else is going to second that, though.
Hey, Howard, I have your back.
Thank you. We have Resolution 2013-105 is a resolution appointing 2 trustee representatives to the Recreation Advisory Committee.
Okay, the recommendations are trustee Davis Ford and as an alternate trustee Walter Clark, or as the other trustee Walter Clark. Moved by trustee Levison,
Second.
seconded by trustee Schnall. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
This
Abstentions?
is another committee where
Thank
we
you.
know we have to add members and get it going again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Would you have like a free night of the week or something? Got to take care of that.
No, but they haven't met in, I'm going to say, I don't know where Kate is, but it hasn't met in at least 6 months, and the chair of that committee just doesn't want to do that anymore.
Well, this exercise is a good opportunity for us to take an inventory of all of our committees and make sure that if they're not meeting, then maybe we dissolve them, and if they are meeting, and we can kind of keep that going.
Sheena said she met 1,200 people who were willing to serve on committees.
Oh, so we're going to have a lot more committees.
Volunteers.
Okay.
Thank you. We have Resolution 2013-106. This is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Senior Citizens Affairs Advisory Committee.
Recommendation is for trustee Sheena Column.
I move.
Second.
Moved by trustee Levison, seconded by trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Mr. President, I have a point of contention or concern. Howard Levison was so quick to say, I move. I've never seen him respond that quickly. Just a point for the record.
Mr. President, can I add a quick comment on that one? I know you guys were copied on it, but I wanted to thank Janine Bauer and Scott Eckelberg. I think all of us received that memo of the different work and activities of that committee. It was very thorough, so I'm looking forward to working based off of what they provided.
Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2013-107. This is a resolution appointing 3 trustee representatives to the Shared Services Committee.
And the recommendations for the 3 representatives are trustee Howard Levison, myself, and trustee Sheena Column.
I move.
Moved by trustee Levison,
Second.
seconded by trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Resolution 2013-108. This is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the South Orange Seton Hall University Partnership Committee.
The recommendation has been for trustee Sheena Column. And before we do vote, had a request to add an alternate position to the committee that trustee Davis Ford expressed an interest to me in continuing to serve in that capacity. If that's agreeable to the board to add that to this resolution.
Do we have to change the, no?
Yeah, I mean, this would serve to change the membership of the committee by voting on it by resolution. Is that correct? Just from here?
I think you can make a motion on the floor if you want to amend the motion.
Okay, I've got it. I move to amend Resolution 2013-108 to add an alternate representative to the South Orange Seton Hall University Partnership Committee.
Okay, an amendment has been moved.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Rosner. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That was to amend the resolution. Now to vote on the resolution. Moved by trustee Levison.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Column. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. I have Resolution 2013-109. This is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Sustainable South Orange Committee.
I think this is one.
Yeah, that should be defunct, as the Environmental Commission is becoming the Green Team, so that it's
Yeah,
no
we have a
longer...
resolution that will move the sustainable underneath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, Environmental Commission.
All right. And that resolution, the board hasn't taken action on it yet, but you're looking to.
It's been drafted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So it's basically just merging these two
All right.
functions into one committee.
Right.
Which was
Consolidation, excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
Day one.
Very good.
So I will remove that. Actually, it would be helpful for the record if we had a motion then to remove Resolution 2013-109.
Okay, moved
To
by
strike
trustee
it.
Levison to remove.
Thank you.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Rosner. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you. We have Resolution 2013-110. This is a resolution appointing a trustee liaison to the Transportation Advisory Committee.
The recommendation was made for trustee Mark Rosner.
I move.
Moved by
Second.
trustee Collins, seconded by trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. And the last is 2013-VP08, which is the village president's appointment of a trustee liaison to the New Jersey Transit Advisory Committee. Trustee Mark Rosner, would you do the honor, please?
I move.
We don't have to move it, just will you do it?
Yes.
Okay, then the appointment is made for trustee Mark Rosner to serve as the liaison to the New Jersey Transit Advisory Committee, which will shortly meet, which you will probably then
Well,
chair.
Will be short meetings or shortly meet?
Both.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. That's all of our appointments for the evening. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting up for our public comment period. If there is any member of the public who wishes to speak at this time, please come forward. Okay, I'd like to close public comments, seeing as there are no members of the public who wish to speak. And before we adjourn, just give anybody an opportunity for any questions, comments, concerns.
You mean the board?
The board, yes. And just make a point of fact that we'll probably never again get out this early, so save it tonight.
I promise I'll be quick.
So,
Two things. One thing that I spoke about with the village president is that we're going to have a planning meeting shortly so that we
Yes.
can start going through some of the priorities for the upcoming year. I think
Yes.
with respect to some of these committee assignments
Little
and all
closer
that
to the
kind of
mic.
stuff,
It's talking to the mic.
I have never had that problem before. I think at that planning meeting, we can kind of scrub some of these committees and see where we can make some of the efficiencies. One thing that we heard on the campaign trail in particular was that people would lend a little bit of time for specific projects, but not necessarily want to commit to, weekly or monthly meetings. So if we can kind of fine tune that,
I'd
that'd
like
be
to weigh in on
fantastic.
that. I think that's an excellent idea because that's what we did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We had a planning session and it was very, very helpful.
Ms. Klein, when you get the opportunity, if you could send out a doodle poll to get people's schedules, and we can aim for sometime in June to get that meeting together. We did have that meeting, as Trustee Davis Ford mentioned a couple years ago. And basically, it'll be an open public meeting. It'll be the full governing body. We usually do it off campus, so to speak, although we usually do it on campus at Seton Hall. And it's an opportunity for us to discuss our priorities, our goals, our vision, and making sure that we're kind of setting those things down. And then as we go throughout all of the committees and all of our work on a daily, weekly basis, we can start to actually work towards some of these goals and kind of measure our performance of what we do on the board.
Yeah, and if we have enough time at that work session, if we could address the recodification, which has been hanging fire for such
Okay.
a meeting for a long time.
So maybe we'll schedule like a nice 3 or 4 hour block.
Or maybe even longer. The other thing, Ms. Klein, that we discussed today when we were getting caught up to speed was that the new members of the Board of Trustees, we need to go through a budget workshop at some point also, and the sooner the better on that if we're looking at introducing that relatively soon.
We're planning on introducing it at the next meeting?
We talked today about trying to get a budget workshop.
Yeah, I think the goal is to try and introduce the budget at the next meeting. If we can schedule a budget workshop before then and get the new trustees and really everybody up to date on what's going on with this year's budget, that would be great. So maybe Mr. Lewis, if we can schedule something,
Isn't the
I
meeting?
guess we have to do it next week, yeah.
Isn't the meeting on the?
It's on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
Monday's
why
the
don't we do
holiday.
the doodle poll for this first? Because it's
Okay.
a little bit more time sensitive.
Yeah.
And let's try and all get that worked out by tomorrow when the meeting is going to be.
That'd be great,
Before
yeah.
Wednesday. And then at least by the end of the week, maybe we can get a quick memo just on, okay.
And that would just maybe not be as arduous because it's not all 7 of us. It's just the.
And it can be,
Three.
if anybody wants to go, certainly feel free.
Oh, I'm looking forward to another meeting.
Good.
But I really think that
You know,
yeah, we've been through all of the.
if everyone can get there, the meeting's on next Wednesday, maybe we could do a budget workshop from like 6 to 7:30. Because it doesn't have to be a long one, just do it on Wednesday before the meeting. And not try and figure out
And then
another
try and
night.
pass it on first reading that night?
Well, the first reading is, the first reading, everything can be amended, everything usually is amended. So the first
Yeah.
reading will give you a rough thing, then we'll do another full workshop. But if we're planning on doing it next week, that only leaves Tuesday night, unless we're meeting on Memorial Day. And my sense tells me Barry won't show up for that one. So Tuesday, that leaves Tuesday night if we can do it, but Wednesday night at 6 o'clock if everyone can get there
Is
early.
that okay with you guys, 6 o'clock on Wednesday?
And
And we'll make sure to get the budget memo out by the weekend, so you at least have some time to
And since
review.
you're
That'd be
only
great.
passing the first reading just to get something out there, and then we have to do the amendment and do a real budget workshop, I think we'll be okay for everyone.
And by statute, it has to be available for public hearing.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah,
there's a
so-
period of time that it.
I'm just
gives you-
concerned about the timing, otherwise we'll never have a meeting that I think everyone will agree on.
Mr. Lewis, in the interim, if we have questions, can we just email you directly? Okay,
Call me, stop by.
sure
You
will.
have all this stuff in the budget too?
We don't have this year's yet, but as soon as we introduce it, that'll be actually put into our budget tool.
Okay.
So just to be clear, Ms. Klein, go ahead and, when you get a chance, send out the doodle for the planning meeting. And if you can notice a budget workshop for 6 PM on the 29th. Great.
Very good.
Are there any other questions or comments?
I'm sorry, last thing. This was the thing that kind of irritated me as a resident, and now sitting here, it still kind of irritates me. Would there be any objection to eliminating trustee mail? I will go pick that up myself, but I'd rather not have our DPW do that.
I pick up my own mail, so.
I pick up my own.
But what's the problem?
No, I didn't need them to be delivering that to me. I can
It's
go
up to
pick
the
it up
trustees.
myself.
It's up to the trustee. If someone needs it delivered because they're in the city all day or something, then they can do it. If they want to pick it up, they can pick it up.
You know,
PDFs work
I have
too.
a very busy schedule, so
I'm happy to grab
it
yours
works
for
for
now.
me being delivered, so.
Okay.
But maybe we can kind of make the default no mail, and then if someone needs it, then we can kind of add people back in, so it's kind
I'd
of an
rather
opt-in.
do that. I don't mind grabbing anybody else's. I'd just
Most-
rather them
mostly-
not have to do
Mostly
that.
Robin emails everything of importance to us. And if it's not important, she actually just brings my mail up here if I haven't picked it up. She just brings it to me in the meetings, which is usually tends to be magazines or invitations to some event that I'm going to miss.
Now, that would work for me because all of the stuff can be emailed. And then magazines and stuff I can pick up when I come to the meeting. Now,
And
that would
the only
work
thing
for
I
me.
ask him not to email is the really long budget documents. We ask those to be brought to us or printed because those can be way too long to print.
But
yourself.
that's only periodically.
Yeah, I
So,
know. I'm
you know,
just saying.
that sort of compromise, that would work for me.
Okay, so the default's going to be no, and then if somebody needs it, they can request it.
Right.
Perfect. Sounds
Great.
good. That's all I
All
got.
right, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Is there a move to?
Well, you're
motion?
doing Memorial Day because you have Memorial Day on here under your announcements.
I did, I read it at the
But I want to
beginning.
know which trustee or village president is going to be there to,
Which village president? Well, I'm a village president, I'll be there.
so you'll be there to do your speech this year?
Sure,
Okay.
I'll do your speech too.
Okay.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded?
Sure.
All in
second.
favor?
Aye.
Adjourned, thank you.